always like, me and Sean were always like busy, like, yo, this is cool, but we have to go bombing. Hang out with the crew, but we gotta go bombing. Yeah, we want to stay here and party, but we gotta go bombing. I couldn't even hold down any relationship with girls because like I had to go bombing. Like the city was my girl, yo.
California critical ish, 12-inch, one strip, sure to eat up your whole compact disc. Los Angeles, take that terrorist, blonde wave, black fist, incredible lyricist, in a never-ending quest to get rich. I hold a grip with time to breathe. More tricks up my sleeve than about 40 thieves. With 40 niggas in a weed spot, running their dreams. It's all money to me at 360 degrees. Now we max and relax like cool breeze. But stay all fucked up in the street, avoiding front page fam, so I'm holding my heat so low key. And none of you niggas is knowing me in 98. I only see weed, only we open the law see me, and only me left bless my family tree. From 2000, looking I go school like 83 for Tennessee. For all enemies, loving dollars, like all you gangsters loving dollars. Never put a tip before your mama. Stay tuned, from La Bella right to 12 June. You know the rules.
Alright, Wisk, I'm from West Coast Artists.
Ser 1, West Coast IFK BC, West Coast, you know, legends.
This is like middle of 85. We're on Westwood Boulevard, just a little bit north of Wilshire Boulevard.
There's a bus stop right there where the 21, the 20s, the 320s.
The green, the Culver City
lines,
the blue lines.
I mean, it ain't a good spot to tag, but believe it or not, I've met Silver there. I met Race. I met a bunch of riders at that little corner. For some odd reason, Westwood back in the days was hot. Yeah, so he was there at the bus stop checking out the panels on the blue bus. And I had outsides, and I already heard, you know, a description of Wisk. He was a redheaded kid, white, big nose, so, you know, to me, he was the image of some stoner cat, but I had no idea who he was at that time.
It's mid-85, because I remember, like, you know, West was, like, real jumping, especially during the summertime and stuff. I remember Sean, like, kind of tugging my green jacket, and I was like, I looked at him, and I was like, who is this guy, you know? And I'm like, yo, and he was like, yo, you Wisk? I'm like, yeah, man, what do you write? He's like, I write Ser. I'm like, yo, you're Ser? And I was like, it was like instant right there, man. At that time, Westwood, a lot of kids used to ride on Westwood, and I remember seeing like a lot of Ser tags on Westwood. There used to be like a Music Plus over there, remember? Yeah. And there was this like panel, and Neck would hit it, Ser would hit it, and then I would hit it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm here too, guys, you know what I mean? And then I was like, we had these little Eddings. This is before Main Streets. We had Eddings, and I would like my thing was like to do WKs on all like the little parking meters from like all the way down to like Military and National, all the way up to Westwood and National, and then all the way up Westwood to UCLA. I had every single meter. So that day, like, you know, we met. We were like, it's like we knew each other. We were instant friends. And I think we even went bombing.
I was only 13 back then.
Wow. I must have been 15 then. Yeah, I was 15 when I started riding Wisk. You know, and I started riding Wisk like January, February, and I met him probably like May, June, somewhere in there. There was never like a competition or anything. It was like almost like we always knew it was like a partnership. It was like we were riding partners
from
the start.
Fuck that, you always stole the shine.
Yeah.
I always hated you for that. Can I be real?
Yeah.
This motherfucker was the voice of us too.
Yeah.
And I just sit there like a dummy. Now I got the camera, man. Fuck that shit. Nah, it's all good, man. Wisk is the homie forever. And that's right, we never had any beef, any, you know, someone getting bent out of shape because the shine was stolen or whatever. You know, if homeboy had the stage, I gave it to him, you know, whatever. whatever. I just wanted to bomb. You just want to get out and get up.
That's right, that's right. But you know, we had our sights on bigger things, man. You know, it was like we knew that we had to get outside of Westwood and the West Side, because you know, me and Sean were West Side riders. We're from the West Side, yo. And there was like, back then you had West Side riders, then you had like the Mid-City riders that, you know, like the Miners and the Rival, rest in peace, and all the West Coast artists. And then you had like the more like closer to downtown, the K2S and STN. You had KGB on the way over there. You know, you had a lot of riders. You had UCA, and we just knew from the gate that we had to do bigger things and we had to go farther. And that's how we kind of started taking these little trips everywhere.
Like a sound you hear that lingers in your ear, but you can't forget from sundown to sunset. Nah. It's all in the air, you hear it everywhere. No matter what you do, it's gonna grab a hold on you. California soul, California soul. You see the sun comes up every morning, and if you listen, oh, so carefully, the winds that ride on the high tide whistles a melody. So the people started to sing, and that's how the surf gave birth, I'm told, to
Yeah,
That was the life.
California soul.
You know what I
That
mean?
was the life, man. Nothing beats that life.
We went everywhere, yo. Like Sean would be like, I'd be like, yo, Sean. Like we both had like these transit maps, you know, and like sometimes like I would close my eyes and go, oh, Torrance, you know what I mean? And we go to Torrance. And then Sean would be like, no, let's go to like La Mirada. I know this one spot. Like I heard about this spot or something. We go racking out there. Like shit, we never been.
Yeah, this is
man.
before Google, you know,
No,
before you could
yeah.
Google a stationery store, you know.
Right.
You just hear shit, you know, from Triax, Price, some of those cats, you know, they were heading to that, taking journeys to go racking.
It was all on RTDs, man. And then, like, you know, we're coming, like those guys like lived in downtown, like close to downtown, so they just knew they just take one bus and they were already there. But we came from the West Side. We had to like start that whole area to go to the West Side first. Then we can go to downtown, catch that bus, you know. So it was a longer mission for us, you know. But yeah, like Sean was saying, like you couldn't Google shit. Like the way we would find shit is that, you know, he would be on one side of the bus, I'd be on the other side of the bus, and we just look for stationery stores or standard brands, Builder's Emporium or whatnot, you know what I mean? And then we see something, we ring the bell, and we get off the fucking bus after like kind of ragging it, and then we go and we'd have to walk back a little bit by the time the bus lets us off, and then we start racking shit, you know? And we find boxes or whatever and just put all our shit in boxes. Or we used to carry backpacks, you know what I mean?
You start tagging along the way, and then you end up at the end of your racking mission at a bus stop, and it just continues from there because sometimes the buses stop running.
Yeah.
So you gotta rock to the next destination or the next line. So, I mean, just imagine two young kids walking down the street with two backpacks. You know, we're up to no good. But, you know, like he said, I used to always be the lookout for him because his vision wasn't that great. That's how I managed never to get caught. To this day, I've never been caught, you know, bombing.
I had long red hair too, you know, and you know, from the back, probably people thought I was a girl, I was like thick or something, you know. I remember like dudes would be like, yo, and then they see me, they go, hey. We knew that we needed to get, you know, everywhere an RTD bus went, me and Sean had to go there because we really got on this hang up on going all city, you know what I mean? Like Miner was the king of the city back then, but we noticed that he didn't go like to Pomona. We noticed that he didn't go to like El Monte. We noticed that he didn't go to Long Beach, you know what I mean? And me and Sean goes, that's where we gotta go. We were at Wilshire and Santa Monica, right where all these buses meet. It's like great bus section of kill buses. The number 1 used to run through there. The 4s, the 304s, the 20s, you know.
It's near Century City.
One time I just took a can and I did like those biscuit W throw-ups on the ground. And then for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but I put a number 1 on it. And when Sean came back, he saw that and he goes, "What is that?" I go, "Yo, we're gonna start numbering our throw-ups, man." And Sean just loved the fucking idea. And I remember we spent like a long time that night, you know, just doing like the first 20 to 30, maybe even 40 throw-ups that night, right? Just going everywhere in the city, doing these. I used to do these W's and he'd do the SRs, and we just number them. We were doing like the brown bus shelters. And I remember we went home and that was our new shit, dude. You know, I don't know if you went to sleep, but I didn't go to sleep. Like, I go out and bomb and I try to get like 100 numbers in front of him, right? So the next day when we hook up, he's like, "Hey man, what number are y'all? Hey, you weren't on that number yesterday." I go, "Yeah man, I went bombing still." He's like, "You fuckers." You know, I'd be like, I try to get like as far ahead, you know? And then like, there'd be times like he'd be like, "Yeah, so what's up, Wisk? I'm tired, you know, I'm gonna go to sleep." And then he'd go bomb and he'd fucking go like 200 ahead of me, you know, like we'd always just like do that. That was our little thing, just trying to like, cause the number throw-ups were like the dopest shit to us, you know what I mean?
No doubt, baby, all city crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Ready to flip shit, coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Ready to flip shit, coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Ready to flip shit, coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Don't get it wrong. Coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Ready to flip shit. Coming through with the crew. No doubt, baby, all city crew. Don't get it wrong.
Friday, I would pick up Sean at Emerson, and we get on the 4 bus to Century City
to go to the fucking bench, right?
Go to the bench, go to Olympic, and everybody was on that, like Piece 67, Pony Boy, me, you, that chick Bronski B, I think, or something like that. Like all these riders, like
Tash.
Yeah, man, you catch all these riders, like and we like meet up with like Prism, Maine, Deco, Orion, like all these kids, yo, that later became HandSteady Killers.
Race.
Yeah, we'd meet them, and we'd go to the bench, and you know, WCA at that time, like they would have like these after school like little luncheons. I don't know, like they were planning shit. I don't know, but PJ, Minor, Rival, Pyro.
OGs.
Yeah, they would meet at Carl's Jr.
Fairfax and Olympic.
Yeah, and then somehow, like maybe me and Sean got wind of it. We like, let's go meet the homies, and like other riders got wind of it. It was like a cool spot to catch 2 Sevs and Olympic buses. And there was a layover over there, so we just like always rocked that shit. So all of a sudden, all these kids from all parts of the city would be at this rider's corner, man. It was a trip, and like we'd have to ditch sixth period to get there on time, and it would be packed, yo.
Traffic used to basically stop when we started mobbing the buses, and they couldn't control it. It was just beyond control. Imagine like 50 riders attacking a bus. We've seen bus drivers cry.
Yeah.
Man, that was classic.
Yeah.
We used to open up the fucking doors, pry them open with our fucking hands to get in to tag on the little money, taking machine.
That's right.
And they just couldn't believe what we were doing. We were just out of control, really.
Yeah, well, I remember this one time, this one bus driver, she was a lady, and she closed her door on me, right? And I go, okay, and I wasn't even mad at her. I was like, okay, she's got to close, she's got to keep the bus safe. But she didn't know that I knew how to open the fucking doors. I went around and I opened up her window, the side window, and I turned her knob and I opened up manually her door. And she was like, holy cow, what the fuck's going on here? And I go, ma'am, I'm just gonna bomb your right here, this section right here. She didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. She's like, she probably thought I was like gonna shoot her or something. And I'm like, ma'am, don't worry about it, I'm just gonna write right here. And dude, as soon as I opened up the door and I started writing on the inside, mobbed on the inside, everybody started attacking the driver's side, the front side, people jumping. I think tracks like jumped up and started getting like destination fucking scribes and shit. And everyone just started mobbing, and dude, she just started breaking down and crying. I drew the bus symbol, the RTD, and I just put killers on it, And I told Sean about it, and I was like, we were on the 4 line. It was me, Sean, Triax, Price. I think Mech was there too. We were on the 4 line, and Triax let me borrow his blue Pilot. He just racked a nice, fresh, drippy Pilot. And on the rooftop of the bus, I wrote all of our names, but at the end, I wrote RTD Killers. And that's how RTD Killers start. And that was our crew when we were on the buses. Interstate Freeway Killers came about, and that was our crew for the freeways, So we always had a crew, like, for everything we did. We were already down with West Coast artists. On the west side, we had WCA. Downtown excursions, we had BKA, we had RT Killers, IFK, and those were our crews back then.
Started hitting the heavens. It wasn't called the heavens back then. It was just the freeway signs, basically. It took some feet just to get up there. I didn't have a belt or any grappling hooks or anything like that. Just kind of wrapped my arms around the thing and start climbing with a backpack on my back. A couple cans of paint, of course. I don't know, I just felt like you gotta take it to another level, man. I mean, the freeways were getting buffed all the fucking time. The boxes were cool, but they were catching up to that too. I had to find a spot that it would be harder for them to buff. Eventually they'd get to it. I got up there, did the first one. I didn't even do a fill-in, man. I just kind of did tags and, ghost throw-ups. Got everyone up I could, and basically got away with it. Looked back up at it and figured, let me do it again. So got back on the street, started walking down and found another freeway sign to hit, and I hit that one too. Basically, that was the start of it. There was nothing special about it. I didn't fucking have some revelation. I just looked up one day and said, yo, I'm just gonna hit it and see what happens, and I got away with it. When you're up there, you start shaking. The freeway signs aren't as stable as they look. They do rock back and forth, especially when it gets windy and the trucks go under you. You feel them sway. So the Caltrans people shut it down. They started putting barbed wire up there, and it became to be a little bust. It was like, that got burnt. So what else is there to do? Right. So what's the next step, the next level, the next evolution would be, back of freeway billboard signs. And so I started doing that too. But I was happy to be a part of all that evolution.
I remember that night, man. It was like a full moon. I was looking up at the sky. It got real quiet. And Sean was on the other side of the freeway on the sign. And man, we could hear each other. He was far away from me. I go, yo, sir, it's like heaven up here, man. And Sean was like, hell yeah, we're gonna call this shit the heavens, And you know, after he said that, we coined the phrase. It's now part of the universal graffiti language. Like, you could be in Norway, and that part of the sign is called a heaven, and that's vocabulary word, yo. IFK.
It's just the flame, the bunch of